Welcome to Fantasy Smack Talk. I'm Namco, I'm sitting here with Dustin. We're very excited because the NFL season's finally about to start. All that hard work and research you put in for drafting your teams is finally going to pay off. Now this show is primarily going to talk about some last minute tips and what to really look for in week one.
Now really the main tip we want to give you is if your league allows you to pick up players during the games on Sunday, you might want to skip going to the bars this week and just sit at home with your laptop ready to make some moves. This really is the most important time for waiver wire pickups. And also building on that, you're going to want to know who you're going to drop at all points on Sunday. So if you see a guy breaking out, you can just go in there and pick him up without any hesitation.
Alright, let's get into some of those situations, starting with the running back position. For the Cleveland Browns, they have an impressive rookie in the preseason thus far in James Davis, and Browns fans are already calling for him to be the starter. Jamal Lewis was almost cut a week ago, so we feel that Davis is going to take a lot of his carries away from him, and we also feel he's going to be the guy to eventually own out there, so keep a close eye on this.
Now let's go out to the Broncos. We got Buckholter and Marino. Marino said he's going to play on Sunday, but he's not going to be 100%. Look for Buckholter to take advantage of this and maybe even make a case for why he should be the number one back out there.
Out in New England, we know they're going to be passing the ball a ton, but they got to run it occasionally. It's yet to be seen if that's going to be Maroney, Taylor, or Morris, and this is something that everyone needs to know, so keep an eye on it.
Now let's go out to Leon Washington and Thomas Jones out with the Jets. Leon's going to take a lot of carries from Thomas Jones this year, and he's going to catch a lot of passes. It's yet to be seen how many carries he's going to have, but Leon is a very exciting player, and he's not owned in as many leagues as we thought he would be at this point.
Yeah, if he's not owned in your league, go log on, pick him up, and then come back and finish watching the show. It's just, he should be owned in all leagues. Next is Tampa Bay, and they're going to do some crazy 2-2-1 format, which means 2 series for Cadillac, 2 series for Ward, 1 series for Ernest Graham. If this actually happens, none of the backs might not be worth owning, but we doubt this is really going to happen for a full season, and Ward's still probably going to be the guy out there.
Now let's go to the Dolphins. We got Ronnie Brown and Ricky Williams. A lot of people forget Ricky Williams had almost 900 total yards last year. He's going to get involved in the offense. It's still just yet to be seen how much.
Now, one of the most controversial battles this offseason has been Donald Brown and Joseph Adai, but Joseph Adai is the starter, and he's going to get the bulk of the carries. If Donald Brown does, however, start cutting into his carries week one, that's when Adai owners can start really worrying.
Now let's go to the Cardinals. We got Tim Hightower and Chris Beanie Wells. Now this one's kind of a toss-up. Your guess is as good as ours at this point, but you're going to want to just look and see who's getting the short yardage goal lines because Arizona's going to score a lot of points, and that's going to be the guy you want to own.
Some wide receivers to keep an eye on are Earl Bennett and Haywood Bay. These two guys are number one receivers on their respective teams, but not owned in too many leagues. Being number one receivers means they're going to get a ton of targets. If they have big games, they might be worth picking up.
And two guys that are hardly owned in any leagues, but we think you should add them to your watch list are Percy Harvin and Chris Henry. We think they have huge upsides, and they could be decent end zone threats as well. So that's it for this episode. Don't forget we're gonna have a Sunday morning show this Sunday. It'll be up by 11 a.m. Eastern time, and we're gonna be answering questions straight from our forums, which are up now. So go in there and give us some start 'em sit 'em questions. Like I said, we're gonna answer them on the show on Sunday. That's it for this episode. I'm Dustin. This is Brett. We'll see you next time.